the record-breaking AMD EPYC, the first server CPU with a dedicated security processor. Because it isn't change you should be afraid of, but not changing.
Yeah, right question, right on the mark actually. So this is something daily I face it in the company, in and out. Most of the time, because people see there's technology is booming in across, and people see it even from Swiggy. They see there is an customer tracking, and they would ask even in the banking space, collections agent also can it be tracked? So which is fair. Now the problem is we are supposed to understand the root cause. There are multiple requirements, enhancements coming from business, other departments to improve efficient, make it efficient, and along with the technology which is growing up. If we understand the root cause, why most of the time they come with the solution. But if we understand the root cause, maybe we can figure out a better solution in spite of the solution which they are proposing, or we can even give a solution which would not take so much time, but which is 80% efficient. It's as good as the Pareto rule. That's the first thing which I try to attack. I mean, when somebody is trying to reach me, the way I try to read these things. Second most important thing was cost benefit analysis. While most of the people across all the requirements try to say something, we have to understand and accept our capacity or the resources are limited. Now, with the cost benefit analysis is something which we should do to ensure that this resource may take 4 months and 3 resources, 3 developers and all to implement, and 1 project manager. The cost is this thing. What's the benefit we are going to get out of it? So when we compare the projects across, this will root to 2-3 things. One, prioritization. Which one has to be done first? Which one has to be done later? People also understand doing it in an open forum makes people that we did not belittle their enhancement or requirement which is recommended to us, but we have considered and we have taken a conscious call. Second, if those are very much important, the capacity planning or the capacity improvement also happens at the same time. And this also brings much more transparency. And on the earlier projects which people have proposed and how they were working, if there is a performance and analytics transparency in place, that is much more helpful. And one most important recommendation which I would mention to all the IT managers is project management is a must when the company and organization is growing. When it is at a smaller phase, it is an additional overhead. It is not much needed. If you have only 3-4 people or 6-7 people reporting to you, and you can manage it very well. But if you are going into a bigger, with an larger volume of people and supposed to manage big amount of quantum of projects, project management is a must and estimation is required. Gantt chart is something which we have to use efficient use of the project management tool to ensure how we are occupied with. If somebody wants an immediate requirement also, if the project management tool and Gantt chart is transparent to the other important stakeholders, they know what we are working on. And if it is really pressing, they may even take the calls to stop on their existing project and do this. So this way, they understand what they are losing and what they are getting. And most importantly, which I see is when I'm saying all these things, effective communication. While sometimes, since you know the technology and development, sometimes you definitely know this is unrealistic expectation, but not from the other person's point of view. When he comes to you, he may feel it is realistic. That's why he's coming to you. If he also feels unrealistic, he doesn't come to you. So that's something which we have to remove from our brain. If this is unrealistic expectation, and we have to start from zero to explain to him entirely very clearly. That's more or less the effective communication which comes into the place. And one more mistake most of the people do, which I wanted to tell was we should not have a desire to please the stakeholder. We should not be an yes man always. Saying yes to most of the projects and trying to take an overload, then that will entirely actually kill the team below you. So we should know when to say no also, but that no also should go with a proper right justification and rational, so that this will be an better way to face all these unrealistic expectations.